Once, there lived a boy in a town. One day, he came to visit his grandfather during his summer holidays. He used to play with his grandpa all the time. One day, he said to his grandpa, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to become a successful man. Can you tell me some ways to be successful?" His grandpa nodded and took the boy with him to a nearby nursery. From the nursery, his grandpa bought two small plants and brought them home. He planted one plant in a pot and kept it inside the house while he planted the other outside. Then his grandfather asked, "What do you think? Which of these two plants will grow better in the future?" The boy kept thinking for some time and then said, "The plant inside the house will grow better because it is safe from every danger, while the plant outside is at risk from strong sunlight, storms, rain, and animals." His grandfather smiled and said, "Let's see what happens in the future." After that, the boy left. For years later, the boy came to visit his grandfather again. When he saw him, he asked, "Grandpa, last time I asked you how to be successful in life, but you did not tell me anything. This time you have to tell me." His grandfather smiled and said, "Sure, but first, let's take a look at the plants we bought a few years ago." Saying this, the grandfather took the boy to the place where he had planted the small plant in a pot. They saw that the small plant had grown, but only into a big plant. Then he took the boy to look at the plant they had planted outside. They saw that the small plant had grown into a big tree. Its branches spread far and wide, providing shade to passers-by. Now, the grandfather looked at the boy and asked, "Tell me, which plant grew more, which is more successful?" The boy replied, "The one we planted outside." "But Grandpa, how is this possible? That plant must have faced so many dangers, yet it grew so big." His grandfather smiled and said, "Yes, the plant outside had to face many challenges, but dealing with problems had its benefits too. The plant outside had the freedom to spread its roots as much as it wanted. Storms and heavy rains made its roots even stronger. Today, it is so strong that a small storm cannot harm it. Meanwhile, the plant we planted inside remained small and weak because it did not withstand heavy storms, rain, or strong sunlight." Then the grandfather looked at his grandson and said, "My son, always remember that unless you struggle in life, unless you go through difficulties, you will not be able to achieve success. If you choose comfort over challenges, you will not be able to grow to your full potential. But if you are ready to struggle and face difficulties, then no goal is impossible for you to achieve. Therefore, never think of problems as hurdles. Instead, see them as stepping stones toward success." The boy took a deep breath and started looking at the tree. His grandfather's words echoed in his mind. The obstacles we consider enemies in our lives are the same obstacles that make us stronger and more successful. If we look at our lives, we will find that we often have to face challenges and difficulties. Many times, we get discouraged and lose the courage to move forward. But the story of the two plants teaches us not to be afraid of challenges, but to embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow. The plant that was planted outside had to face natural calamities, but it also had the freedom to spread its roots and grow stronger. Thus, it transformed into a strong and giant tree. On the other hand, the plant that was planted inside was protected from natural disasters, but remained small and weak. From this, we learn that the more difficulties and challenges we face in life, the more paths to success will open for us. This story teaches us that we should not be afraid to take risks and step outside our comfort zones. When we face challenges, we gain the opportunity to learn and grow stronger. We develop the resilience and determination that are essential for success. Of course, overcoming challenges is not easy. There will be times when we feel defeated or discouraged, but it is important to remember that these are only temporary setbacks. If we learn from them and keep moving forward, we will eventually overcome any challenge that comes our way. So, the next time you face a challenge or a difficult time in your life, don't give up. Take advantage of the opportunity to learn and grow. Always remember that the challenges you face today can make you stronger and more successful tomorrow.